Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 16th to the 30th, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you'd like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification for me. And if you do all these three things, that would make me very, very happy. Now, before we begin, of course, all the cards are listed in the description box below. And now let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, let's let the bulls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Virgo. April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Virgo. April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Awesome. Now let's see the chakra energy for this time. And this is going to be the chakra energy we need to pay a little bit more attention to, because this is going to be where we're a bit sensitive, where we feel things the most. Virgo, April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Virgo. April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. And then finally, the energy we need to be mindful of. What is the energy that Virgo needs to be mindful of? April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Virgo. What is the energy that Virgo needs to be mindful of? April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Awesome. Now the left-hand side is the inner self. The middle is the heart, the emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So we have the 10 of Wands, the 3 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Then we have the Tower. That makes sense with the 10 of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords, again, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, coming through. It could also be somebody born on the cusp of an air sign energy. So that could be a Cancer, I can't remember. So there we go. I guess Cancer is just coming into my head. And there we have the Ace of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, Scorpio. And then Pisces. Yeah. Okay. The World, the Moon, Pisces energy. the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. Now, the chakra energy for this time is clarity. This is the third eye chakra, seeing things more clearly. It's kind of like a lot becomes clear. Well, it becomes clear, yes, but a lot makes itself known in very interesting ways. And we have to step back, because if we're thinking about things simply logically, no, not simply logically, simply emotionally, it's going to skew our vision. We have to look at things rather logically, kind of step back and say, what is the best for my life, for how I'm developing, for how I want to move forward, for where it is that I want to be. And it can be being a little bit cold at times, which people will sit there and say, Virgo, why aren't you connecting like you used to? It's like, well, because I'm looking at the bigger picture of what I need, what I want, where I'm headed, what I desire, and the clarity that comes in. And because this is an energy also where we're a bit sensitive, people can manipulate that through emotions. And it's not, Spirit's saying, like, be very careful, because it's not that, we're going to be manipulated emotionally, and so we always have to be on guard. It's that when things become clear, at times we're not going to want to see them, because it's going to hurt us in one way or another. It's going to overwhelm us in one way or another, because we thought, oh, I had it figured out. Oh, I knew all of this. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, but this is it. Like, this is the clarity I need. This is the way I need to move forward. So there's a lot of clarity that comes. But if we let the outside world overwhelm it, it will become overwhelmed. We will lose our path. And then we have here Sununus. Now, this is Capricorn energy. Now, Sununus, I'm just taken by the picture. It's kind of like, now it can be Capricorn energy, December 22nd to January 19th. But it can also, don't be caught up in what feels good in the moment, because we have these lovers laying in the forest, and it's like they didn't really think about the consequences as they move forward. So here Sununus comes, and Sununus is very different than the devil energy. So Sununus is chaos. He's a forest god. It's like, this is what happens. And so it isn't like you're going to be punished, or it isn't like, anything bad is going to happen, but it's like, these are the variables. This is the way that things could move forward and may move forward. And these are the things that we hadn't planned for. And so there's a bit of chaos being thrown into the mix. And what we have to be mindful of, and I see this more, instead of like as a person, as more of an abstraction, we have to be mindful of not just what sounds good in the moment, but what can be sustained, what can be moved forward steadily and surely and positively for us. Because remember, every action has a negative or positive reaction. And so here it's like, okay, I can't think, okay, what could the consequences be if I made this decision or that decision, because then we'd never get out of bed. But it is the sense of, I need to move forward in knowledge and in truth, and in putting my feet firmly on the ground and saying, this is what I want, and this is where I'm headed, and this is who I am, and not letting people take us off track just because it feels good in the moment, just because, it sounds good at the time. And it moves us to the Ten of Wands. So we're crowned here in our inner selves with the Ten of Wands, with this sense of tremendous responsibility. And the Ten of Wands is this burdening on ourselves. Now, it can be taking everything up and saying, all right, I'm going to handle it. I'm going to get it done. Don't worry. I got this. And we just keep on saying, I got it. I got it. And at times, like, it just becomes such a part of our personality. I don't know about you guys, but I do know I have this within myself. I'm like, okay, I can handle that. Okay, I can handle that. And sometimes I don't even remember what I said I was going to handle, because I just said I was going to handle so much. And the list is like never ending. So here, there is the sense of needing to step back and say, what can I handle? Why do I need to handle this? How do I need to move forward? What is it that I want? And why is it that I've burdened myself so much that instead of being able to see the beautiful expanse of the sky, the only thing I see is the mud at my feet? And so here, we're looking at this way to release. And it's releasing things and saying, you know what? You're right. You can handle this. I don't need to handle it. You got it. Okay, I can look at this differently. Okay, I can, rearrange this, or, decide on this, or whatever, to be able to free myself up. And it can also be like, you get a bit more responsibility, and that's just it. I don't need to take on everything and put it on my shoulders and say, I got it, because I don't. And a lot of this is also somebody else's life lesson. As much as we want to, we cannot live somebody else's lesson for them. And a lot of times we say, oh, I got this, because we don't want to see them hurt. We don't want to see them overwhelmed. But sometimes you have to be hurt and overwhelmed and in an uncomfortable situation, because that's part of life. And that's what's going to help you learn and develop and grow. And it leads us to the Three of Cups. At this time, it can be very hard to see who's friend and who's foe. So the Three of Cups, for me, has always been the sense of the people who are supposed to raise their cup to you, but just couldn't, who just couldn't follow through. Now, this is also becoming a sense of being able to really know and realize the people who can celebrate us, who can stand by us, who do love us, who do adore us. And we might say, I don't have people like that. Well, then it's connecting with our angels and our spirit guides to be able to move towards something more, to be able to embrace something beautiful within our lives. But there is a real sense here of having trusted people and them having let us down. And it can be the people that were supposed to be in our corner. Now, it could have been from a very young age. We trusted our caregivers. We trusted our siblings. We trusted the people we were raised with, our teachers, or this or that. And they let us down. But there's only so long that we should let those scars define us. And a lot of times we let those scars define us way too long. And so here, it is a sense of looking at things and saying, I see the hurt. I see where I trusted and I shouldn't have. I see where I was dealt a raw deal. But I also get to see me moving forward, rejoicing and celebrating, finding the people I love, finding the people who walk beside me, who live in the vibrational energy, in this beautiful realization that I so love to live in. And I get to move forward because of this. And it moves us to the Four of Swords. It moves us to a time of contemplation, because the Four of Swords is looking at the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, the anger, the upset, and it's being able to heal after battle. The Four of Swords is where we sit back, and we say, okay, this is the life I've lived. These are the hurts I've had. Am I defeated by them? Or do I keep on soldiering on? Do I keep on moving forward towards my goals? The Four of Swords is also the sense of having a keen understanding, having this powerful sense of awareness and truth and power, because we step back and we get to reflect. We get to reflect on the courses in our lives where we could have made the wrong turn, or we might have made the wrong turn, and we might beat ourselves up over it and say, oh my gosh, if I just had done this instead of that, everything would have been better. We don't know. We don't know for sure. What we do know is with the Four of Swords in ancient medieval times, what people would do, soldiers, knights, when they would come home from battle, they had their coffins made for them. And they would lay in their coffins, in these stone tombs, or just in a coffin. And they would think about the way they shouldn't have come back from that battle. The sword swipes, the charging that should have ended them, but didn't. In our lives, we don't have battle quite like that. Well, like that, for most of us. And so here, there is this sense of sitting back at night, sitting back in meditation, and saying, how did I traverse this land? How did I handle these hurts and these pains and these angers and these upsets and these scars and these battles that I fought? And then it's realizing, with great kind of passion and truth and determination of self, it's like there's more to me than meets the eye. The Queen of Swords does not play, okay? The Queen of Swords is a person who can be very open, very loving, very caring, very inquisitive, all right? But when it comes down to business, and this is something that is learned over time, when it comes down to business, the way the progression of the swords is, it's like, this is my knowledge, this is my truth, this is what I desire, this is how I need to move forward, this is where I want to be, that's that. And it's a sense of, I get to put myself first, I get to look at the hurts, the pains, the disappointments that I've been through, and not be fooled again. I get to look at the way that I want to move forward and stand strong within myself. There is a real sense of cutting through nonsense. And as we cut through nonsense, as we claim our power, again, people might be like, well, Virgo, you're not being as frivolous as I'd like you to be. And this is really a time where, no, you're not being frivolous. And you don't want to be frivolous. You're cutting to the heart of the matter. You're seeing the power, the truth, the tenacity that is you. And that's the way we're moving forward during this time. And it leads us to the Tower. Our heart has been broken. It has been. Now, it can be just through life. It can be through dreams that we've had that didn't come to fruition. It can be through a myriad of things. And what the Tower is showing us is that we have been pushed out of our comfort zone by divinity. We have been taken from the place that we thought, okay, this is safe, or this is what I thought safe was. And now everything has been shaken up, and we've been thrown into a lion's den, maybe at times that we didn't want to be in, into a world we never thought of ourselves inhabiting. But there's a reason for it. There's a reason why divinity has moved us in this direction. There's a reason why we're headed towards, or we're headed down this path, because we're headed towards something more. The Tower can be 16 years of heartbreak, pain, and disappointment. It can be 16 years or better of doubts and fears and anger and upset, and it being one battle after another. This is a time where we become the warriors of our knowledge, the warriors of where we want to be. And we say, you know what? This Tower, this hurt, this pain, this chaos has forged me so that I can hold my sword. Now, what's important with that is that the sword is the weapon within the tarot. Everything else can be used for something else. You know, a cup is drinking. Yes, you can drown in a little bit of water, but, you know, a cup is for drinking. A wand can be used as a walking stick, and I'm forgetting, as a, you know, staff, there we go, to hit somebody with. But it can also be used as a torch and as, you know, something to guide. But a sword is a sword. It can never be changed into something other than a weapon. And so here, we're taking this weapon, we're taking this forging of self and of soul, and becoming warriors. And this is also the fastest moving night within the tarot. So there is a sense here of moving quickly towards what we desire, but also we have to make sure that we step back. And just because it goes against opposite of the heartbreak, the pain, the disappointment we've been through, does not always mean that it's right. So we need to step back and say, what do I want? You know, how am I moving forward? Where is it that I want to be? And then when we take aim, we move forward quickly and fiercely. It then leads us to the Ace of Pentacles, God, Source, Spirit, however we see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of wealth, of prosperity, of abundance, of seeds to be planted within ourselves that change the game. Because with the Four of Pentacles, we've had this vampiric energy around us, the sense of, I have to guard what is mine. And if I don't guard it, it'll fall away. And what divinity is showing us here within our hearts, it's like, no, I'm giving you gifts. Open up the door. Open up the ideas. Open up to the experience. There doesn't have to be this world of lack around us that pulls us back, that drowns us, that keeps us from the place we want to be within ourselves, within our souls, within our desires. And so there is going to be that bit of a battle, because we do know, and we hold on, because we've been through the hurt, the pain, the anger, the upset, the disappointment, the chaos. And then it moves us in the public arena to the world. The world starts to open up. And it's at first going to be very distrusting, because we're going to be like, oh my gosh, you know, you smacked me in the face before, things fell apart, I've carried more than my fair share. You know, what does the world want from me? And how can I stand here? You know, how can I claim my space within this world? And it's through a powerful understanding of who we are, of what we want, of where we're headed, of what we desire. There is this severe sense of there's more here than meets the eye. And there's this sense of, in the public arena, being able to stand firmly, assuredly, and powerfully within ourselves. It's like, after this chaos, there is a sense of, oh, but this is me. And I would never have known that if I wasn't forged, if I didn't have to carry the burdens and bear the weight of it all, if I didn't have to doubt and fear and be overwhelmed. I would never have found the way my door opens. I would never have found what it is my heart desires. And then it leads us to the moon. And the moon has us afraid. So the moon deals with fears, but it also deals with the beauty of silence, the beauty of contemplation. So the moon starts to have us embrace and also realize what has held us back, what we are afraid of, what is overwhelming, what we think we cannot do. And so we start to face these fears little by little, one by one. And then all of a sudden, we start to see ourselves in a different light. We start to see ourselves in a different power. There is this tenacity, there is this overcoming, there is this, focus that starts coming in. And the fears that hold us back or held us back become the acts of bravery that propel us forward. And we have to see where we stand within our dreams, within ourselves, within what we desire, within our hopes. And it leads us then to the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is a gift from God's Source Spirit, however we see the divine, the universe, of passion and creativity. Now with the Ace of Pentacles, we had a gift just for ourselves coming in. It's in a field that we know. It's about the accumulation, the planting, the growing of ideas and desires and wealth and prosperity and feet firmly planted on the ground. With the Ace of Wands, this is going to be an energy that's very comforting to us because it's the energy of passion. It is the energy of the sun warming the seeds so that they can grow. And what we're looking at here is this is also an energy that's firmly planted on the ground. So we have the Pentacles, which is, for me, a very kind of stabilized, can feel sort of energy. So is the Wands. The Cups and the Swords, they're rather abstract. And so here, there's a sense of, I see what I want. I'm going after what I desire. I'm embracing my passion. This is what gets me out of bed in the morning. This is what, propels me forward. I get to envision this, be emboldened by it, move in a direction I didn't know I could. And so this passion comes in, and it's this light within the darkness that says in the public arena, move forward this way. Be guided towards what is more. And it leads us then to the Seven of Swords. It leads us to kind of working out a mess. But it's also going to lead us to being a little bit secretive. So I'm gathering up what I need. I'm gathering up what I desire. And I'm leaving the rest behind. I can't take it with me. I just can't. And there's a new stage. There's a new phase of moving forward. There's something greater that I'm being led to. And as I open up the door to this, and as I open up myself to this, all of a sudden I start to see things more clearly. Okay, I don't have to tell everybody everything. It's not their business. There's a sense here also with there being a sense of being, so we're being a little bit sneaky, right? Not completely sneaky, but it's kind of like, I don't need to tell everybody everything. But in a world where everybody posts everything 5 seconds, in 5 seconds, this has to be a sense of stepping back. And people might be like, well, Virgo, what the heck is wrong with you? And it's like, well, I'm growing up, or I'm seeing what's really important. And I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to put it out there before I'm ready. There's also a sense here of when dealing with people, they're not going to show us their full hand. They're just not. They're going to hold things back themselves. And that can be really frustrating if we're sharing everything with everybody every 5 seconds. But if we hold things back and we keep things to ourselves and we look at things and we, embrace our power, we can start to see like, oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, I see how you're answering that question. Oh, I see, how you're going about it. And then we start to embrace ourselves more and more and more. Because we realize that as much as everybody shares everything, everybody also keeps back a heck of a lot. Now let's see the spirit guide message for Virgo, April 16th to the 30th, 2021, Virgo, angels and spirit guides. So we have energy. The energy around us during this time is really quite intense. It is a sense of, and we have the moon here too. So it's a sense of connecting it with the tarot, the facing of the fears, the doubts, the greater understandings, looking at deeper truths, kind of traversing our way forward, finding out where we stand, why we stand there. The energy to be empowered by is the energy that fuels us. It's the energy of quiet. It's the energy of slumber. It's the energy of rest, of meditation, of really coming together. And then we have the chakra energy. Not the chakra energy, the spirit animal energy, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. For Virgo, April 16th to the 30th, 2021, angels and spirit guides. We have the Scarab beetle spirit. It says magic works through you. And that's really quite beautiful. So the Scarab beetle is sacred in ancient Egypt. So the Scarab beetle is the sense of sacred magic coming forward. And this magic that works through us is this magic that is a part of us that we forget. So often in our world, we take the sacred out of everything. And we think, oh, I've made progress. But is it really progress? For me personally, I know that if I take the sacred out of my world, it's almost like taking the color out of pictures or muting the television and trying to keep up with it without subtitles. It's like, it doesn't make sense. And so here, when we're saying, let the magic work through us, when the Scarab beetle is saying, let the magic work through you, connect with the sacredness inside, connect with the power that is a part of us, and let the magic of our earth work through us and with us. It leads us to our subconscious spirit animal message, which is the koi fish spirit. There is always enough. There's always enough within this world. Though we like to create lack and doubt and fear, to make everybody upset, to make everybody, panic, to move forward and say there is more than enough if we share, if we compromise, if we come together. I can be just as taken care of as you. Then that becomes beautiful. And that becomes the way of the world connecting. But there's also a sense here of knowing that there is always enough. That it doesn't have to be a life of lack and fear. It moves us then to the subconscious spirit message, which is adventure. We want adventure during this time. We want to break our chains and run free and go after what we desire. The energy that we want here, which is also now laying over the tower, is this sense of change. And from the hardship we have been through, it's like, okay, but now I want an adventure. I want something beautiful. I want something more. I want something exciting. And it leads us then to the subconscious chakra message, which is dreams, which is, again, the third eye chakra. Pay attention to your dreams. We're going to be getting a lot of messages through our dreams that really connect us, that really guide us, that really make a lot of things clear. It can also be through our daydreams. And this is making sure that our voice comes forward. Again, we don't want to be tied up with people who just kind of feed us the wrong things. Yeah. Feed us the wrong things. It's like, okay, you can have fun and adventures, and not adventures, but you can have fun and do what you want to do. It can seem like an adventure, but what it becomes is a trap. And so here we have to be very mindful of that, because we want an adventure. We want fun and excitement, but it needs to be in a very smart way. Right? Be very mindful of people who promise too much. Okay? Or who make themselves the center of your world. Yeah. Dreams come forward. Knowledge comes in. That's going to be very important just to listen during this time. The subconscious person message, which is the star. Now, this is an energy to be mindful of. This is Aquarius energy, January 20th to February 18th. There is also a sense here of seeing something more, reaching for something more. And this person here is reaching for their own dreams, their own stardom, right? So when we reach for our own stardom, which could look very different, it doesn't have to be being a Hollywood star. It could be, just being a quiet, good human being. This person's energy, this person's desire to always kind of be the center of attention is going to try and outshine us. And that's going to be something that we find really rather taxing during this time. There is a sense also here of needing to let ourselves shine and not thinking, oh, that's bad, oh, that's rude. It's like, no, but this is me. And I get to embrace my life, my joy, myself with this exquisite grace. And it brings us then to the subconscious tarot message, which is the Page of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So we have ourselves taking this gift of passion. And this is a sense of, now this can be a fire sign energy who's a child around us. Subconsciously, our mind can always be with them. Our hearts can always be with them. There is also a sense here of learning about our passion, what we desire, what moves us forward, why we're moving forward that way, what we're looking for, how we're developing. And there's this sense of being really inquisitive towards the ways that we want to move forward within our life and towards the passion that is a part of us. And taking things in. This is a time to kind of step back, look, see, and then slowly and steadily figure out how we want to move forward. Because we're freeing ourselves of so much that we're going to think, oh my gosh, I have all this extra time, I have all this extra energy, I'm just going to go for it. It's like, no, step back. step back and plan. Don't plan so much that nothing gets done, but step back and look at things rather honestly for the soul. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace who we are and we release the burdens that have been weighing us down for way too long. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.